standing right next to the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who's still facing probe from the ICC for war crimes. The American President Donald Trump says he wants to take Gaza. He wants to turn it into a Riviera of the West Asia. Now, this has sparked fury across the world, especially in Palestine. In this report, we tell you how real is that and what's the actual reality on the ground in Gaza. Take a look.
On Tuesday, US President Donald Trump announced takeover plans for Gaza, a move that would upend and fly in the face of decades of US policy on the Israel-Palestinian conflict.
The US will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
The US president says he would rebuild Gaza and turn it into a dream destination, giving the area a whole new face.
And I don't want to be cute, I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad, this could be so magnificent.
Central to Trump's plan will be getting all Palestinians out of Gaza, either voluntarily or by force. They would be moved to Egypt and Jordan and other countries. On the ground, though, it seems easier said than done. Palestinians returning to rubble after months say they will not be dislocated again. Palestinians in the besieged enclave remain steadfast on their ground, rejecting Trump's claims.
We are staying steadfast in our land here. Who wants to rebuild should not kick us out under the pretext of rebuilding. You helped Israel in the first place in this destruction that we can see here. Therefore, you have to rebuild for us while we are on this land. You can't say that we have to leave in order for you to rebuild.
Long before the Hamas-Israel war broke out in October 2023, Palestinians came to regard Gaza as an open-air prison with restrictions over their movement and resources like water, oil and food. Gaza was occupied by Egypt for 19 years before it was seized by Israel in the 1967 war. Under international law, Gaza is still occupied by Israel. Israel disputes the claim, saying that its occupation ended in 2005. Around 3/4 of UN members recognize Gaza as part of a sovereign state of Palestine, but the US does not. The question is Gaza and its people ready to change hands again? Can the enclave overlooking the Mediterranean Sea really come under US ownership? The UN Charter considers use of force against territorial integrity or political independence as illegal.
It is vital to stay true to the bedrock of international law. It is essential to avoid any form of ethnic cleansing.
The Strip is currently governed by Hamas, and Hamas has made it clear that it won't agree to a takeover.
Gaza is certainly not a common land, and it is not a property that can be bought and sold. American bias towards Israel and against our Palestinian people and against their just rights continues and is confirmed by such statements.
This is what Trump said about resettling Palestinians in the Gaza Strip.
The only reason the Palestinians want to go back to Gaza is they have no alternative. It's right now a demolition site. This is just a demolition site. Virtually every building is down. They're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous and very precarious.
Article 49 of the Geneva Convention prohibits forced displacement. So where will the Palestinians go? Neighboring countries have rejected the idea. Even if Trump ignored the likely breaches of international law, the Trump administration would need the backing of the international community. However, UN, European and America's allies back a two-state solution.
And it shouldn't be. It should be funded.
Gaza, they must be allowed home. They must be allowed to rebuild, and we should be with them in that rebuild on the way to a two-state solution.
And where will the Palestinians go? Where will they live with their own country? Therefore, it is something practically incomprehensible.
Such proposals are not only unacceptable under international law, I also do not believe that they will form a serious basis for the upcoming talks between the regional actors and the U.S. administration.
Negotiations on Phase 2 of the 2-week-old ceasefire between Israel and Hamas have barely begun, and many have warned already that Trump's remarks are a recipe for chaos in the region.